السلام عليكم، انا عم ادهم ودي قناه انبوتس. والنهارده هنتكلم في موضوع مهم جدا، هو موضوع يعني جاي من اسم الحلقه، الانهيار الاخلاقي داخل المجتمع الامريكي. اسبابه ايه وازاي حصل ومين اللي شجع عليه. وهو طبعا انتشر بشكل كبير جدا خلال الاربع سنين اللي فاتوا، خلال حكم بايدن وخلال حكم الديمقراطيين بشكل عام.
Not menstruate. Only women menstruate. Now you can call yourself
Cis men
whatever you
don't
want.
menstruate, but trans men do menstruate.
No,
Same
they
as
don't.
non-binary people.
Only women.
Menstruating is not exclusive
Yes,
to
it
cis
is.
women. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So explain to me as to why my body
if you are,
menstruated at
if
some
your
point.
chromosomes are XX and you're young, you menstruate. If you're XY, you don't.
Correct, but what about trans men and non-binary?
They're
We're
not
excluding
men.
a whole group of people
They're women
that
dressed
menstruate.
as men.
Well, what's a man to you? You define a man for me.
You have chromosomes that are X and Y. That's what a man is.
So why are we just looking at the science of this as an example?
Science.
When we've learned sex and gender identity are they're completely different things.
They're not completely different.
They are
things.
completely different.
Completely different words.
And
Sex is what you're born with, the sexual reproductive organs you have. Gender is what you identify with. They're completely
Well, I don't
different
accept
things.
that distinction. You have to argue for it. You're just giving a conclusion. You're just making it up.
Next guest, who is Shivani Dave. She is a journalist and a presenter at Virgin Radio, just down the corridor. Good afternoon to you, Shivani.
Good afternoon, Julia.
Thanks.
You know my pronouns are they, them. How are you doing?
Yeah. Thank you for telling me your pronouns. I use correct grammar. So the only thing I would need to refer you to is to your face would be you. But I'm not being rude. You can choose your pronouns. You can choose what you want to call yourself. But you don't get to require me to use incorrect grammar and factually incorrect things. You're not a plural. You're a one person, and you're a female person. So I will use she and her. Thank you very much.
I saw the other day a person saying, "Don't call me he or she, call me they." And I was like, what the f***? It took me 3 years to learn I am, you are, he is, she. This whole gender neutral pronoun is confusing for me. Let me tell you a story. I invited a friend to have dinner at my house the other day. And he was like, "Oh, I'm bringing a friend." And I said, "Of course, bring him." He was like, No, bring them. So I bought a lot of food. I bought briskets and pizzas and pastas, and my friend showed up at my house with one person. So I said, "Where are they?" And he said, "They are here." So you tell them that they are gonna eat all of this food.
This person is really out here demanding their respect, yet can't respect a single person in the room.
I was at work and a customer called me sir, and I said, sir, actually it's ma'am. And then everyone around started clapping, and the guy who said it actually got arrested.
Well, no,
What
no.
are your genetics?
So I'd stay away from the genetics and back to the brain scans.
You cut that out now, or you'll go home in an ambulance. Yeah, that seems mildly inappropriate for a political discussion.
Shut your fucking mouth, you'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing.
Looking at testosterone kicking in, man. He's really fighting it. He's really fighting it. Get that real...
I'm saying statistics, ma'am. I'm saying statistics. You're so loving and tolerant. I can feel the tolerance that you are.
It's the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
That's why I need to be here. You need Jesus, ma'am.
My choice! My choice! My choice! My choice! My choice!
Need to respect women, period.
So you should respect women.
I'm sorry. I am a woman.
It is ma'am.
So fuck you if you don't think so. I don't really have time for this. And I don't have time.
My mistake.
You're going to let me speak because here's my truth. I've been 4 times. I've known women that have been multiple times gruesomely. And how dare you sit up here and try to say that women aren't worth respect? Fuck you.
What's your profanity?
Didn't say that.
I am a woman. I just became a woman. It's just like, are you fucking kidding me? People don't even respect me, period. And I'm already black, so it's just like, yeah, that already goes against me anyways. But still, you piece of living garbage-ass dumpster fire trash gum on the bottom of my shoe. Oh my God, I wish I had a tissue for the blood. I would.
Sure. Might I suggest it's your behavior? Not because you're black.
What is this world?
Often I prepare something, maybe it's a little historical, maybe a little poetic. There's a lot of performative people on this board who will say one thing in support of black people, homeless people, trans people, and then immediately stab you in the face. So I don't have any words prepared today. I just want you to feel our pain. So I am going to spend the next minute screaming. That is what the trans in this country, in this city, has brought me to. Imagine that!
Well, that loud scream she just let off shows that she knows she lost.
Because there are 2 genders, male and female.
I am non-binary. I have a friend who is intersex, who is born, who has different chromosomes than you would expect somebody physically to have, because how many people in this room have had a chromosomal test? This issue affects more than women. It affects trans men. It affects genderqueer folks.
Women have wombs.
I am not a woman, and I have a womb.
You are a woman. And
I
you
know.
do have
No.
Man, sit your ass.
What is your gender? My gender. I'm a mechanic. Mechanic.
He wants to be filmed, so I'm filming him. Ran into me because you're a transphobe and you're having a bad life.
I have trans friends.
So why did you walk into me like that?
You're looking for problems and you're purposely
Am I?
antagonizing me.
Am I?
So I'm gonna give you a minute and then I'm gonna call the cops. Because you was going in that direction and now you're following me to this location and I'm gonna stand here for 1 minute.
You antagonized me.
Okay.
A few moments later.
It's not honey anymore, bitch. It's not honey.
All
It's
right.
not honey.
We're just gonna patiently wait for the cops.
Yes, we are.
This is getting.
You're a hypocrite.
It's
You're
getting
a
a
liberal
little bit
hypocrite.
more aggressive.
And you're a bitch. Yeah, I am aggressive. I have PTSD.
Okay.
You wrong tranny today.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
That's what you should be doing. You should be deleting that video.
Right now, I feel. What do you feel? Give it to them. What are they trying to take?
والحاجه اللي ساعدت الحزب الديمقراطي ان هو يعني يسرع الموضوع دوت بشكل كبير ويخليه يمشي بشكل سريع، ان هو كان بيمتلك معظم الادوات اللي بتقدر تدخل لعقول الناس، زي الميديا والسوشيال ميديا. كل القنوات معظمها 90% كلها بتؤيد الحزب الديمقراطي وبتنشر الاجنده بتاعته والكلام بتاعه، وبكل بقى النجوم بتاعتها والناس اللي والمذيعين الناس بتحبها كل الممثلين 90% من ممثلين هوليود كلها تبع الحزب الديمقراطي مسيطر عليهم برضه. ورؤوس اموال كبيره جدا اللي هم امازون، بيل جيتس، الجماعه بتوع فيسبوك وبتوع مارك بتاع فيسبوك ويوتيوب وجوجل ومايكروسوفت، وجزء كبير قوي من السيليكون فالي اللي هو مكان التكنولوجيا يعني اللي بيشتغلوا فيه كل شركات التكنولوجيا. يعني جزء كبير جدا من اللي يقدروا يسيطروا بيه على المجتمع كان تبع الحزب الديمقراطي، فقدروا بشكل كبير جدا يتوغلوا داخل المجتمع، فده ساعدهم بشكل كبير. والحق يقال يعني في ان الوسيله الوحيده اللي يعني خلعت من ايد الديمقراطيين، بس ده في اخر الحكم اخر سنه يعني ده اللي حصل، يعني لما ايلون ماسك اشترى تويتر، لان تويتر هو يعتبر الاقوى في كل وسائل السوشيال ميديا. تويتر هو الاقوى، لان تويتر كان هو اللي بيغير رؤساء دول وبيغير سياسات كبيره جدا، يعني بيغير سياسات الناس والناس مش حاسه. تويتر كان مهم جدا، فكان تويتر كان تحت ايديهم، لكن لما ايلون ماسك اشتراه طلع من تحت ايديهم وبدا مفتوح للكل. فيمكن تويتر كان ملجأ للناس تتكلم عليه يعني، بس ده اخر سنه لما بتحول لاكس وكده. ويمكن ايلون ماسك كان ليه فضل كبير جدا في نجاح ترامب، مش ليه فضل كبير، مش كبير جدا يعني، بس يعني ساعد، خصوصا في الاخر خالص، يعني داخل بكل تقله. وعلشان كده احنا هنلاقي ايلون ماسك في الاداره الجديده بتاعت ترامب، وهنلاقي كمان تكمله معاه، وفي بعض الناس يعني هتبقى معاه، هبينها لك في الحلقات الجايه، هتشوفها في الاداره الجديده، هتشوفها ماسكه حاجات معينه. مش عايزين نبعد عن الموضوع، يعني انا بس ذكرت موضوع تويتر لان موضوع اكس هو اكس دلوقتي يعني مش تويتر يعني. لكن ايلون ماسك يعني هو التطبيق الوحيد اللي طلع، طبعا غير التيك توك، لان التيك توك احنا عارفين ان هو صيني ما حدش ليه، والتليجرام لانه روسي، لكن انا بتكلم على التطبيقات اللي هم كانوا مسيطرين عليها واللي هي الاشهر، انستجرام، يوتيوب، كله. فهو الوحيد اللي طلع من الموضوع، وطلع اخر سنه يعني لما ايلون ماسك مسكه. يعني دي بس معلومه يعني علشان بس ما نظلموش برضه. نكمل. وبعدين بدأت بقى زي ما قلنا ان القنوات كلها بتاعتهم وهم مسيطرين عليها بشكل كبير، فبدأ يبقى حاجة اسمها الديبيت، يعني في كل القنوات يبدأ بقى تشوف بقى النقاشات ديت، يعني نقاشات يعني انت عمرك ما تتخيل انت تناقش ان يعني في نوع تاني غير الراجل والست، راجل ممكن يخلف، حاجات غريبة جدا يعني، نقاشات عبثية بتدل على جهل وتخلف شديد جدا، لكن هم انغمسوا فيها وحاولوا يعني يتناقشوا. زي ما بقول لك تاكر كارلسون في الاول لك احنا تسامحنا، يعني بنتسامح علشان يعني نمشي المواضيع، لكن الموضوع ما مشيش بالطريقه دي. هنشوف بقى نوعيه النقاشات ايه، يعني وبعد كده الناس بدات تتصدى وبدات ناس على اليوتيوب تشتغل، على كل السوشيال ميديا تشتغل من هنا ومن هنا، وبقى يعني صراع شديد جدا على الارض وعلى الفضاء الالكتروني. فنتابع شويه حاجات كده حصلت.
Biological male, somebody with a penis is having a medical emergency, and they say to you, I think I'm having a miscarriage. Would you check them to see if they're having a miscarriage? Would you consider that a possibility for them?
Look. No, but that's because some people don't have body parts. Doesn't mean they're not a woman.
Okay. Sounds like we've established there are some people who, in principle, can get pregnant, and there are some people who can't. So there's two categories, otherwise known as binary.
Lots of women can't get pregnant either.
Yeah, but they're still of the nature to get pregnant. The only
but
reason
they can't get pregnant.
Yes, but
truth matters, right?
It does. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Truth matters, and they can't get pregnant. That's the truth. So how are they still women?
Because they are for the same reason that I can rightly say that human beings have two legs. And if a person is born with only one leg, that doesn't call into question the statement that human beings have two legs, okay? A person being born with one leg doesn't mean that now legs are on a spectrum and we can't say anything at all about how many legs a person has. Who knows? They could be a centipede. You know, they could have 100 legs. No, we know human beings have two legs. If a human is born without two legs, something went wrong. They were supposed to have that second leg. Something went wrong. If you meet a person on the street who only has one leg, maybe they had an accident. Maybe they were in war. Maybe something, you know, maybe they were in a car accident. Maybe they had cancer. A leg was cut off. But you know that something went wrong because by their nature, they're supposed to have two legs. Same thing for a woman. A woman by her nature can get pregnant. A man by his nature never can. So if you meet a woman of childbearing age, say she's 28 years old, and she can't get pregnant, you know automatically that something has gone wrong. And she can go to the doctor and find out what that thing is, even if they can't fix it. So that proves that women by their nature can get pregnant, because the simple fact that she can't shows you that there's something wrong. This is what is known as the exception that proves the rule. Whereas if a male with a penis can't get pregnant, no doctor on earth is going to run tests to see what's wrong with him, because they already know it's that he's a male, and there's only male and female, those who can get pregnant and those who can't. So,
hi, Matt. I'm transgender. I'm born and raised here in New Mexico. I have a graduate degree in information technology, marketing, business, and finance. I own my own home. I pay taxes. I have a six-figure job. I'm a respected professional in Albuquerque. I'm a mother. My life experience is that I'm an awesome person. I am well-liked. I'm responsible, and I think I'm pretty cool. You touched on something. You said something earlier that for you, when somebody calls you a man, it doesn't faze you because, like, you just know that you're a man. That was interesting to me because I feel the same way about my identity as a woman. My question leading up to this, you've asserted that no one would ever see me as a woman, that nobody would ever see or could see a transgender person as a woman, and yet I have dozens of friends from diverse backgrounds, women from the reservation, a woman from Japan, several immigrant women. I have my coworkers, I have my boss, my VP, my CEO, all respecting me as a woman, my family, my long-term friends who are actually here with me. All of these people assure me, like, I'm a woman. They'll tell me, girl, like, there is no way you are a man.
They see me as a woman. So the question. Okay. How can you assert that nobody would ever see me as a woman when my material experience tells me you're wrong?
Okay. It's interesting that that's up. You've put your identity on the table for conversation. And so I'm going to say you wouldn't fool me at all. I mean, I see a man 100%. And I think that most people would. Now, the fact that you have people in your life who are saying to you, oh, you're totally a woman, it's exactly what I'm talking about. No one in my life has ever once said to me, you're totally a man, Matt. You know, if a friend of mine called me on the phone and said, listen, Matt, I want you to know you're really a man, I would think that there was something wrong with him. I would say, why are you saying that at all? It doesn't make any sense. So the fact that this is a conversation to begin with tells me, it only proves the point that I'm trying to make, that your identity, even in your own mind, is up for, is something that you need to be assured of. Now, what I would like to ask you, again, because you know that you're a woman.
Yes.
What is that?
What is a woman?
Why do you ask that question?
I just really like to know.
What do you think the answer to that question is?
Well, I'm asking. That's why I came to a college professor who's this is what you do.
What other kinds of answers have you gotten?
A lot of like this, where you're not answering, and I've gotten a lot of that. So
I think it's interesting that you say that some of the people you've interviewed have been reluctant to answer it, and I think that has a lot to do with the questions that preceded it, and the way that you've conducted yourself in the interview.
How have I conducted myself?
How do you think you've conducted yourself?
You just really don't want to answer the questions, do you?
I came today very willing and enthusiastic about answering questions about women's and gender sexuality studies, which is the work that I do.
You wanted to answer questions about women's studies, and so shouldn't the first answer you should be able to provide is what exactly is a woman?
Well, for me, it's actually a really simple answer, and that's a person who identifies as a woman.
But what are they identifying as?
As a woman.
But what is that?
As a woman.
Do you know what a circular definition is?
I do.
What you're doing right now, where a woman is a woman.
Mm-hmm. Well, because you're seeking what we would call in my field of work an essentialist definition of gender. I think it sounds like you would like me to give you a set of biological or cultural characteristics that are associated with one gender or the other.
I'm not seeking any type of definition, I'm just seeking a definition.
A wise man once said, it's hard to win an argument with a smart person, but it's damn near impossible to win an argument with a stupid person.
الراجل ده اسمه مات وولش. مات وولش دوت يعني من الشخصيات الكويسة، يعني اللي هو بيحب بلده وراجل طبيعي وهو حاول يتصدى، من أكتر الناس اللي حاول يتصدى للموضوع دوت، واشتهر بسؤال بسيط جدا، يعني سؤال غريب انت تستغربه نفسه، يعني اشتهر جدا السؤال دوت يعني بشكل في العالم كله، مش في امريكا بس. وات از ا وومن، يعني ايه ست؟ سؤال يعني يعني يوضح لك حاله العبث اللي المجتمع دوت وصل له. مفيش منطق، مفيش سنس. يعني الراجل عايز يوضح لهم ان الست ايه الست، يعني الناس لان هم كلهم متحولين، يعني مش قابلين فكره ان الست ست، راجل لا، هم عايزين يبقوا اي حاجه. وان الراجل كمان ممكن يخلف والست مش هي لازم تخلف يعني حاجات كتيره جدا. فهو يعني الراجل بيسالهم يعني ايه ست، يعني لان شاف رجاله كتيره جدا بتحاول تبقى ست، والستات موافقه على الموضوع دوت، اللي هم انا بتكلم اللي هم من ضمن الفئه بتاعت الووك كالتشر والال بي جي تي كيو والجماعه، يعني اللي هم بيساعدوهم وبيأيدوا الكلام بتاعهم اللي هم عايزين كده. فالراجل يعني قاعد يلف في امريكا يسال يعني ايه وات از ا وومن، ويبتدي يقابلهم ويتكلم معاهم ويحاول يفهم وكده. وكان دوكيومنتري مشهور جدا والراجل ده اشتهر بيه، يعني شخصيه من الشخصيات الكويسه. هو مات وولش دوت شخصيه كويسه جدا يعني.